Hi, everybody, and welcome to this session from the Bathroom Association. I'm joined today by Ronnie from a company called Vernet, and he's going to talk us through some exciting research that has been undertaken in conjunction with CSTB. So, Ronnie, please introduce yourself and what Vernet are all about.
Thank you very much, Andy. Yeah, so my name is Ronnie Pikulinski. I'm the territory manager for Vernet, and I look after the UK, Ireland, Nordics, Australia, and New Zealand. And Vernet is basically the world leader in thermal management, dealing with wax element and thermostatic wax cartridges and actuators for heating and sanitary and ventilation, many different systems. So what we've done now is we come out with some very exciting news for the market. We have gone together with CSTB, like Andy said, and done some research on how much water and energy thermostatic technology could save, because we all know about the safety of thermostatics and we know about the comfort. That's all straightforward. But Vernet has always known that how do we prove that you can save a lot of water and energy? And for that, we needed to have an independent study. And that's when we've gone together with the CSTB in France to prove what can really be achieved.
Fantastic. So let's get into the thick of it. What were the main outputs that if you could just give us a quick summary of the research?
Yeah, so what we took 4 different showers, dual handle, mechanical lever mixer, and the pressure balancing mixer, and then finally thermostatics. So we then tested, there was 40 people using the showers for 1 week many times, and we did the initial setting when you start the shower, when you're soaping, and also if there's any pressure changes in the system. So all these were taken into account. And then we look at each shower and how much water energy can be saved. Yeah, so so water savings, time, and comfort levels, a thermostatic wins in every category. And it's quite a big difference. So for example, this was done in France, of course, and we estimate the market to be 30% thermostatics. And in one house with 4 people, the savings per year in energy and water would be something like 166 euros, but the water alone is 21,600 liters a year. And if all of France would change, so 100% thermostatics would change to using thermostatics everywhere, you're looking at over 2 billion euros in water saving, which is an incredible figure. So it's a totally independent study here. So this is not about Vernet, this is about thermostatics.
Yeah, and that water saving, especially with the efficiency challenges that we're all facing. They've recently in the UK brought out the water white paper, which is looking for all these items that actually can save water. So tell us the advantages for the market on these findings.
Well, you're looking at it really when you take a thermostatic shower or thermostatic mixing. Well, the initial cost is a little bit higher, but the world is trying to save a lot of water in many ways and energy, and it's just going to have payback very quickly. So the initial output it's not going to be a problem really.
I mean, I think the main thing, Ronnie, is that there is water saved, and it was interesting looking at your research because that saving comes from when you turn the hot and cold on a standard sort of balancing mixer. You physically have to do that, and that's quite a process to get just the right temperature. Whereas we know with a TMV, there's usually just the one switch. You click it to that, you put it on, the temperature's already set, and the TMV does the work.
Yes. Yeah, and that's the big difference is, you know, we all been on holiday somewhere hot, and you're standing there 2 minutes adjusting the temperature, because not only is it not so accurate, but then you have pressure changes, somebody's flushing the toilet, and it changes again. So
Yeah.
this is where you can save a huge amount of water and also energy, because the water has to be heated. And
Yeah.
also what was quite interesting is that the temperature with a thermostatic shower, for example, was lower. The setting when they had the shower was lower than a lever mixer. So that was
Right.
quite
Interesting.
interesting, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it was something like 40 seconds on average saved,
Yes,
around
yeah,
40 seconds in just that setting up time, which means that's wasted water.
yeah. And also the real difference we saw, if there were pressure changes, like I just said, the flushing the toilet, it was very quick with the thermostatic. It reacts in very quick compared to a lever mixer. It's nothing. The time is so quick.
Yes, and of course there is the safety factor on you know, if like you said, if somebody flushes the toilet, then you get that instant reaction from the thermostat. So
Yes.
showering experience is the same all the way through.
Correct, and you have the anti-scald function, all protecting, and the comfort level still. So I think this is the good news with this study, is it's totally independent, and it proves what can be achieved with thermostatics.
And Vernet very kindly made this research available. So, what's the next steps for Vernet to promoting this research?
We're promoting it now across the markets all over the world, because there are many countries. We're not, you know, not necessarily UK, but where the thermostatic is just in the beginning, and
Yes,
water is critical. You
yes,
know, so this is, you know, is for the whole world really to show what can be achieved, and we're now in the stage of just making people aware what can be
fantastic.
done.
No, and we appreciate, and the Bathroom Association really want to make sure that the message gets out there about the water savings on these types of fittings.
Yes.
So on that note, thank you very much, Ronnie, for this short little video introducing the research. Do appreciate you taking the time to do this for us. And I'll just finish by saying you can go to the Bathroom Association website to see the full research, or if you contact Ronnie at Vernet, they'll be happy to provide any or answer any questions that you may have.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Andy.
It's a pleasure. Thanks again, Ronnie.
All right, thank you.